We're going to bring back our jobs, and we're going to keep our jobs. We're not going to let companies leave. Now, if they want to go to a different state, good luck, compete. But when they start going to different countries, and in many cases countries that devalue their currency and make it impossible for our companies to compete, that's not going to happen.
You have millions of people out there that can't get jobs. We're going to bring our jobs back to our country, and we're not going to let people leave so easily anymore.
And welcome back to the special edition of Hannity. Now, that was Donald Trump talking about his plans to bring jobs back to America. Now, his proposals are very different from the 2016 Democratic presidential candidates. For example, here's Hillary Clinton bragging that she will kill America's coal industry if elected.
I'm the only candidate which has a policy about how to bring economic opportunity using clean, renewable energy as the key into coal country, because we're going to put a lot of coal miners and coal companies out of business.
Now, if you thought that was bad, listen to Clinton's rival, Senator Bernie Sanders, the socialist, explain how he is a democratic socialist.
So let me take this opportunity to define for you, simply and straightforwardly, what democratic socialism means to me. It means building on what Franklin Delano Roosevelt said when he fought for guaranteed economic rights for all Americans. And it builds on what Martin Luther King Jr. said in 1968 when he stated, and I quote, "This country has socialism for the rich and rugged individualism for the poor."
Joining us now from the Fox Business Network, Charles Gasparino, the co-host of The Five, Eric Bolling, Kimberly Guilfoyle. Let's take one industry right now, the energy spectrum, the energy industry. So Hillary wants to put coal miners and coal mining out of business. She doesn't support fracking. She doesn't support drilling. Just if the difference on that one big issue, how many jobs would be created and how good would it be for our national security if we move towards energy independence, which Donald Trump has told me repeatedly he wants to do?
Yeah, I mean, we're way behind already, thanks to this, 8 years of Barack Obama, the job-killing machine, followed up, what, by Hillary Clinton? I mean, who even has that within their heart, their soul, to be somebody who literally takes food off of people's plates, okay, and money out of their wallets by saying, I'm going to basically ruin your life. I want to put this industry out of business. That is not responsible. That is not someone who's going to create jobs. That is not someone who embraces the free market or the energy industry, fracking, et cetera. All of this should be on the plate.
You know, I interviewed the guy that confronted Hillary, this poor guy, Bo Copley is his name. I interviewed him, and it's like, how can I vote for somebody that says, I want to kill your job, your industry, what puts food on your family's table? How dumb is that?
Jobs in the economy, #1 by far across the board of voters in America. CNN poll, Fox poll, exit polls everywhere. Yeah. President Obama, when he first got into office, he was in, I think it was San Francisco on the West Coast, and said, if you build a coal-fired power plant, we will put you out of business. He said it, and he said regulation will put you out of business.
And he did it.
And he means
she took that ball and ran with it. So she's going to be the next Barack Obama. So 4 or 8 more years of that.
She spiked the ball.
But let's stop there. Under Obama, 91 million people have given up looking for work.
95 million people out of the labor force.
Out of the labor force. If you bring that back in, Sean, hold on, Charlie, hang on. So President Obama says, I'm going to be elected on hope and change. People are dropping out of the labor force. They've decided they've changed their mind. They can't even look for a job anymore. They've dropped out. You want more of that? Knock yourself out.
All right, Charlie, let me throw another stat at you. For those people that may still consider electing Hillary, who I think would duplicate Obama's policies, you have 20% of American families, not one single member of that family is in the labor force. If you look at young men between the ages of 18 and 34, you've got 1 in 6 either incarcerated or out of work. The country is dying.
Listen, listen, you have, between Hillary and Bernie Sanders, you literally have Dumb and Dumber. They've sold out the working class. By the way, the Democratic Party has done this for years. They've sold out the working class, working men and women in this country for environmentalists. That's their constituency. They're sticking to it. I will say this, though. As bad as they are, what scares a lot of people about Donald Trump, okay, is if you listen to some of his comments on taxes, on debt, on trade, particularly taxes, over the last couple of days. I mean, he was doing, every day he was doing a 180. And I'll tell you, you need some consistency.
He clarified it, but he did another thing, Charlie. He also brought into his camp.
Sean, he clarifies it every day. That's the problem. Every day he's clarifying.
All right.
Every day.
He's not.
So where does he stand?
Charlie, I got it. I understand. But he also does have a plan, and he also brought in somebody I think is pretty smart, Larry Kudlow, to help fine-tune his tax and economic policy.
I know. Right.
So I think, listen, if you're expecting him to have talking points like every other politician, don't hold your breath, because you're not going to survive.
With all due respect, Sean, this is easy stuff. He has a tax plan. It's pretty simple where it was, what the rates were. Even before he got to the negotiating table, and this is what worries me as a free market person, he wasn't even at the negotiating table, and he started talking up the lowest rate. He started saying maybe my rates should go up. By the way, that chapter was not in the art of the deal.
Charlie, he said his rates were,
he said maybe
before you get to the table. He may have to raise the rates from his lower rate that he lowers taxes across the board.
And here's the absurdity.
Across the board, Charlie.
And Eric,
I mean, you're wrong.
let's talk some common sense here. Let's talk some common sense.
Charlie, would you rather have 90% Bernie Sanders or maybe 65% Hillary Clinton or 28% Donald Trump? Take your pick.
Eric, think about this.
I gotta wrap this up. Charlie, you gotta let someone else talk.
You're gonna have if Donald Trump gets elected president, you will have a Republican Congress. He won't have to negotiate.
All right, Kimberly Guilfoyle, last word. We got a break.
I just don't understand where Charlie's going with this. I mean, I get you don't like the guy, but really, I mean, are you Team Hillary? Because she's a job killer and destroyer and has no clue how to make a buck.
Team nobody.
But that's winning. That's a winning solution for America.
Well, Team nobody, you know what that means? Then you might as well just vote for Hillary again. That's half a vote for her, Charlie. All right, we got to go.
Write yourself in, Charlie.